And once again, Hell Legit Games is back. Well, we never really went anywhere, but we're still here, and that's the point of this video. Rekt Tuesday, in effect, and we are showing you tonight some of the new stuff that we've been working on because people have been asking, and we've got a new build coming out very soon. I'm Winners with the One. I've got the whole Hell Legit Games team with me. Dr. Killinger's here. Hello.
Hey, how's
Uh,
everybody doing?
oh man, it's great, man. And Hollow, our artist, is here.
Hello.
We won't be
How's it
discussing
going?
his tomb
I'm fine.
essence, I don't think, until later. We promised. But and also Vormulac, chief scientist, who is bringing you these lovely images that
Hello.
hopefully you're looking at right now.
Looking good.
It's kind of sexy.
That's what we're hoping for. Yes, we've got a bunch of new things coming up in the game. I mean, the game is still a work in progress, of course, but the progress is coming along quite well, if I do say so myself. And we've got lots of things down the pipeline for you, including a tournament, which I guess we can go ahead and tentatively announce the big #rekt tournament coming up in December.
Yeah, here in mid to late December here, yeah.
Yeah, I believe December 20th is the date we're looking at currently, which will be on a Saturday. And talking to the guys at the DGL, shout out to Link and everybody at DGL, I believe we're looking at possibly doing a 2v2 team deathmatch for that.
All right, yeah, I think that would be, I think it's a great format.
I think so too, man, because we're really wanting to emphasize more of the team aspects of the game. Although you can certainly duel, and it will be good for duelers, we've got a lot of team modes that we want to be introducing and rolling out. But yeah, as you can see in this build, we're trying to take a little bit more of advantage of the Unreal Engine lighting system, and I think it looks not too shabby.
Oh yeah, it looks gorgeous.
Well,
yeah, I can see the images now.
Big step forward from what we had before.
Yeah, so, and a lot of these things are placeholder, including the weapon models. I don't know if we were able to get the Realm Smasher back in for the cast tonight. But...
No, it's still spun around the wrong way.
Yeah, unfortunately not. It's a issue with the Blender FBX exporter and the Unreal importer. It's an easy fix.
Okay, for all the you keeping score at home. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, I see some of the particle effects are in. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, they all went in without a hitch.
I love you. Did you know that?
they actually all came through fine with the migration.
Nice.
Wait, what?
I thought that's awesome.
We want to maybe sort of enumerate some of the changes here, because I noticed for the viewers who've been watching, you probably noticed that not only is this a new map, never seen before, really.
Yes, debuting tonight. Yes,
there's some interesting things going on with it, including a wall running system.
Yes, as you can see, yeah, you can get up and run on the walls if you're up to a certain speed. I don't know. Wall running is such a gimmicky thing to put in games a lot of times nowadays. Like, dude, it's got parkour in it. But, you know, we wanted to make something kind of organic that sort of comes from the gameplay. So, yeah, once you build up a certain amount of speed, yeah, you will be able to get up on the walls. And you won't be able to just hang up there like, you know, like a Titanfall type of thing. So it's,
yeah,
I don't know if it's pure parkour. It's more momentum based.
Yeah, you definitely have to. It's really more of a method of, although you can build up a lot of speed and momentum through the strafe jumping and the wall jumping, and that this allows you to sort of carry that momentum along the walls.
And allows for some chance cool, for dead stopping. Yeah.
Well, it allows for some cool map elements like this big green hallway of death if you fall down. Of course, Vorm doesn't fall down because he built it. He knows how to get across it.
He's probably
I'll fall down.
Some kind.
Oh no, I fell off the wall.
And yes, we've definitely been making some optimizations to the way the game works as well, too, because we have heard the cries of people with low spec computers. I don't want to say potato computers. That sounds so pejorative. And I am one of those with a potato computer. So yeah, we've been trying to find ways to increase the frame rate. I mean, this is a very powerful engine, the Unreal Engine. And so yeah, it is geared towards better computers. I mean, that much is obvious. But I think some of the back end stuff that you may not see will be things that actually make this run better for a larger segment of the community, because that, I mean, we've seen it with other games. People are having issues, and we wanted to be able to, there's only so much we can do as far as back tracing all that. I mean, people have asked for like Windows XP versions. I don't know if we'll be able to do that. But we are looking at doing a 32-bit version, though, definitely, because that's something that people have asked for.
Yeah, even Microsoft is discontinuing XP support, if not already has.
Well, and you notice here, though, it looks like you turned the settings down below.
It still looks good.
It still looks pretty decent, yeah.
It still looks good.
This will run on.
You can tell what's going on. So still, what's really impressive about the Unreal Engine is that even at very low settings, the lighting is still king to determining where you're supposed to be looking in a level. It is a fantastic, fantastic engine.
Yeah, and we're trying to take advantage of that a little bit more as we're kind of...
We will be playing to its strengths and not its weaknesses, and it is fantastic to showcase this kind of, I guess, valuation of color and light.
Yeah,
holy crap!
I'm
I went to art school.
Man.
Oh god!
on the lower graphics settings, this should run on a lot nicer, I guess less nice hardware than the old version of the game used to.
It won't run on a TI-83, but
maybe if you had the silver edition.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we've had some help from outside testers a while back. Some of the guys on the Arena FPS subreddit, the FP Sports, so those guys took a look at it, and I can tell you that one of these recent builds, I was getting a 50% improvement in frame rate, so it doubled my frame rate. So hopefully those optimizations will help a lot of you out there be able to play the game.
Yeah, we were, I think, on average on the systems we tested, high-end systems and low-end systems, we were seeing it was like at least a 40% improvement in frame rate, so not quite half again. Something like that, I think, was the average. Some systems did better, some did worse, but it was right around that. So that was a pretty big jump just for a few tweaks we did, and then we've obviously been working on it a little bit since then, so yeah, it should work better on people's hardware.
Yeah, and links in chat saying this does look much better, and yeah, I think he's right. And that was one of the advantages and disadvantages, I guess, of starting out so early with this game with the Unreal Engine 4 and putting it out there, is that we've made additions on the fly, but we've been very transparent about those. I mean, I'm saying that after like maintaining radio silence for a couple of months or so, I guess, working on this. But we've been very open about the design process and warts and all. So, as we get more familiar with this, and as you can see, yeah, the movement is very smooth. That's something that, when people are asking, well, why should we play this over other games in the genre? Well, you should play them all because shooters need to come back. But I think that people will find the movement a lot of fun, and the weapons that we've got as well. I mean, right now, tonight, we're just we're kind of watching Vorm go through the levels, so we don't have a general multiplayer setup like we normally would on Rekt Tuesday, but you can kind of get an idea. Once you combine the movement and the weapons that we have, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll definitely see that in the upcoming tournament for sure.
Oh yeah, and so again, links here. So yeah, speak of the tournament. That again, we were talking about shooting for around the 20th of December, right?
Yeah, I think that'll be a good time to do it. That'll not. the ETA on this build, not sure where we're at on this, guys.
Sometime next week.
Next week, yeah.
That's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't say it'll be early or late next week, but sometime next week. It will be 100% free.
Yeah, okay. Awesome. Yeah, you'll be able to download it from our website, helllegitgames.com. And yeah, and you'll be able to gain free entry into the big 2v2 tournament with our friends at the DGL, the Digital Gaming League.
And so what else? Well, talking about tournaments, which I'm assuming the tournament's going to be casted.
Yes, it will. We'll have it right here for you, probably on IBN, I suspect.
We'll see. Casting going to require a spectator mode, which luckily we've also been working on.
Oh yes.
Here's one. Going to switch out the windows here. This is the spectator. Got a spectator running the entire time.
That's quite wonderful.
And this is the first-person spec mode, which we'll have to tell you that, because otherwise you probably wouldn't be able to really tell. But
which is a good thing, right? If you can't tell the difference between actually playing the game and looking at it in first-person spec, then that is definitely an improvement over where we were before. We kind of had to do things where the head camera position was, I think, before was the thing for him. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what the technical.
Yeah, there was some witchcraft and fakery involved, but things are a lot less hacky now.
It's, this is like everything going to continue to be tweaked and improved, but I was really happy this sort of came together in the last week or so, and has been a really nice first-person spec mode.
Yes,
for this early in development, especially.
Demos. The current versions of Unreal Engine do support demos, so you'll be able to record your gameplay through demos, and also we found out that you can make screenshots natively.
Yep, press F9 as the Unreal Engine 4 built-in screenshot key.
Yeah, because the tournament ready build that we had for QuakeCon back in July, some of these things, some of the more admin-y things it didn't really have, so we're trying to get more of that in. We just wanted something that people could kind of get in their hands and play and compete with. But now we're starting to get into the meat of the act, so to speak, I suppose. And we hadn't even gotten into wizardry yet, which is coming soon. We want to get the basic gunplay stuff down before we really start throwing in the wizardry. We're working on wizardry right now because this is a game about space wizards in the future battling for the benefit of the 1%. And so there's a thematic thing that we'll be going for, and part of that involves being able to do wizard stuff along with gun stuff. So that is adds another wrinkle that you don't always see in games of this nature. He says, "How do you ski?"
Link showing us some love here, and
please,
says,
"Please don't. Please refrain from doing that, or else Vorm will sit up all night and make tribes out of this again."
It's happened before, but not going to discuss that too widely.
Yeah, we'll just say that it's a hop, skip, and a jump away from having tribes-like movement. If we were compelled to make a tribes-like game, which I don't know, we want to get this one out the door first, obviously, before we start.
First one's the hardest, right?
Yes. And we'll be looking at going on, I guess we've talked about this a little bit, haven't we? A Steam Greenlight. You may be familiar with Steam, the popular game service run by Valve Software. It's getting fairly popular in lots of places around the world, and one of its programs is called Steam Greenlight, where you can vote for games to be added to Steam. And so I'm not sure what the time frame is on starting that process, but I know falls under the heading of very soon.
Yes,
like before the end of the year soon.
That is the timetable we're looking at.
That's like a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Vorm, did you just wall run backwards
yes,
down that hallway?
Did. I watched him wall run backwards.
Yeah, I was wondering if I'd done it backwards yet, so I figured I might as well.
I'm gonna say I hate you, and I'm gonna have to fight you and lose immediately to that maneuver. What? Yes, you're still doing it, you witch.
You can wall run backwards if you're good. Yeah, if you.
My God.
Have mastered the mechanics, so to speak. Well, he wrote the mechanics. So
I still can't shoot with a dam, but I can move around pretty well.
Well, and we're going for feel on the movement.
Very much. Yeah.
I mean, that's very important. It looks cool. That's important too. But I hope that people especially people who played the previous versions of #rekt, will come back and take a look at this and see how it feels to them, because I think we're starting to get somewhere. We were already somewhere, but we're more somewhere, I think. And that's another reason I'm excited about the tournament, is that we'll be able to get more feedback from a competitive standpoint. And if anybody's going to break the game or find weird stuff about the game, it's going to be in the midst of competition, no doubt.
Yes.
So it certainly was before. We've seen some tactics and techniques we did not expect to be tried that made a champion or two out of
true
cats.
Well, I do want to just add, one more caveat, that those who are watching and may have watched before say, where'd the weird skull gun go? What happened? Well, that skull gun didn't go anywhere.
It's coming back.
It's come back.
It's coming back.
Yeah, just like it.
We're having a weird rotation problem.
Just like all the guns and all the artwork here is placeholder. Don't worry, the weird skull gun's coming back.
Fisher Price guns will eventually be gone.
Fisher Price guns will go away. That's not the final look.
Yes, the legendary Brockle Snar will replace the mortar.
Yes, it has to.
It'll be a piece of broccoli, an angry piece of broccoli.
And this is the Fisher Price guns have some charm. I admit, Link likes Fisher Price guns, but
how about a pack where we can choose what kind of gun style we got?
Oh God, we'll discuss that later.
So sorry. Never mind. I didn't say that. I didn't say it. Everyone forget that.
But
eventually we will be charging money for this thing we'll say at pretty much what the market seems to have decided arena shooters should go for.
That was well said, Ayn Rand.
What?
It's more Wealth of Nations, Adam Smith, really, but.
Oh, well,
Yeah, straight from Galt's Gulch, you'll be able to get this at a low price.
At whatever market value deems as necessary.
Let's do a recap here. So we talked about spec mode. We talked about the new art, the new lighting, which looks awesome. The new lighting, definitely. We're definitely going to be taking advantage of more of those features in Unreal. Better performance. And the spectator mode, upcoming tournament, and last but not least, definitely talking about green light.
Yes. So all this stuff is coming up pretty quick. So I guess if there's anything that's a real takeaway from this, is don't sleep on #rekt when you're thinking about. We'll be doing
more updates more frequently starting now.
Yes, we're starting to get into that stretch, aren't we, Killinger?
Yep, we had our sleep there. We had a few months where we had to rework some things and figure some stuff out. And there wasn't a whole lot to talk about that we felt was really worth publicizing. But now we're getting to the point where things are going to start picking up. So look forward to some more updates more frequently from now on.
Oh, one thing I do want to mention.
Absolutely.
In case anybody's wondering, the wall running does not use energy. You get that for free.
That's true.
As long as you're going fast enough.
But like I said, it doesn't stick you to the wall like Titanfall. You've got to actually... You've got to bring that momentum with you. You can't just rely on it to suction cup feed.
There we go. No, I just fall off when I slow down.
Yeah, it's sort of our philosophy has always been kind of freedom of movement. So we want to make it sort of augment that rather than just be, oh, now I can do this cheesy wall jump thing or whatever. I'm parkouring now.
This is wonderful.
You'll just sort of naturally parkour, like you would in real life.
I think that covers just about everything, guys. Nice, short and sweet update. A lot there, but keeping it concise.
I think so too, and I believe the DGL guys are coming to the stream to have a look, but we'll go ahead and stop the local recording. You can do that probably
What's
for
that?
them. Just stop the local recording
sure.
here in a bit and keep streaming because people are wanting to get a look at what we're doing here with #rekt. But
sure.
We wanted to get a video out on YouTube for everybody to just briefly go over some of these things and let you know that we are still in business, and even more so as we go into the holiday season. We will be doing more frequent updates, a new build for you to play. Very
should be next week.
That should be next week. Yeah.
Yep. Link just asked. He said, "When's it going live?" Next week. Exact day we don't know quite yet, but soon, next week.
Yeah, sometime next week. Hopefully in time for Rekt Tuesday. I don't know if it will or not.
Follow us on Twitter. You'll find out. How about that?
Yes, Hell Legit Games on Twitter. And also helllegitgames.com, where you'll be able to download the game for free currently.
So wonderful.
Get in while it's still free and help us build this thing. So far, we want to thank everybody who has played it so far, because a lot of this comes directly from, we said it before and I'll say it again, from the feedback that you give us, from just what we find out by having people besides us play this thing. So the more data we get like that, the more people we get playing, the better the game is going to get, because we are able to translate that into the game itself. So I'm very thankful to everybody who has played it so far, and we hope you'll pick it up again when we put out this new build next week. And get ready for the big tournament, as our friends at the DGL are going to be partnering with us here at IBN and Hell Legit Games to bring you a 2v2 tournament that is tentatively scheduled for December the 20th, which is a Saturday afternoon or evening if you're in Europe.
You had to pull up the train test, didn't you?
Oh boy, here we go.
We're not putting this on YouTube. Oh god. Never mind. We can put this everywhere.
Yeah.
I figure
I
do this on Rain Dance every now and then. So,
from all of us here, thanks for watching Hell Legit Games. We'll be back very soon with more updates on #rekt.